Hello YouTube, I'm Musikev.
And I'm Artistic Kel.
And we are currently on our way back from the Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra at Heinz Hall, who just performed the Pokemon Symphonic Evolution. It is a part of a tour that has been going on for the past couple of months. And whenever I heard about this tour coming to Pittsburgh, I purchased the tickets as soon as they went on sale, and have been looking forward to it ever since. Those of you who aren't familiar with the Pokemon series may just be uninformed. It has been around for over 10 years, starting out with Red, Blue, and Yellow, and now with its most recent releases, a remake of an earlier version, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Overall, the concert was a very good performance. I'm always impressed by the Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra, and it is nice to hear some new composers take a crack at arranging well-known songs. With that in mind, I'm going to talk a little bit about each part of the performance in more depth. The first song was a very good choice. It harkened back to the days of the first games and the first town that you started in. The flute did an excellent job of bringing about nostalgia, and it really got the audience into the right mood for the rest of the first act.
I agree. As soon as it started, I loved that flute. It gave me chills.
After listening to that song, the next couple songs had what one might call a theme about them. Now, it is not too uncommon for composers to have a certain sound about them, but I will say that whenever each of the songs in an orchestra ends with a crescendo into a quick cutoff, there might be a little bit something lacking in creativity. There are more than one way to end an orchestra song. Granted, he showed another way of ending it with a nice fade out towards the end, but there are more than two. The first part of the show got through the first 4 generations of the Pokemon series, taking us from Red, Blue, and Yellow to Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. And then the intermission came about. I will say throughout the entire performance there were videos being shown. A capture of gameplay footage of each of the different generations as they were playing the songs from those generations. It did add to the performance, but it also distracted from it. Some of the audience members would laugh or applaud to things that were happening on the screen, and it kind of detracted from the performance. I've seen the performance be supplemented well by videos before in the Video Game Lives tour, but as far as this one goes, I'd give it about a B+ for supplementing it well.
I think it also depends on the audience as well. I mean, big hardcore fans would be more likely to laugh or applaud at certain familiar things.
I will agree with you there. They also acknowledged the orchestra appropriately when they finished a performance of a piece that was spot on for what they remember playing recently. It is difficult for me to go into the specific details of each piece without having audio samples to go off of, and since they did not allow recording, I'm going to have to just speak a little bit more vaguely about the end of it. Towards the end of it, the creative director came out and asked the audience if we would like to hear one more. He followed that up by saying that he would do us one better. He would let us hear 2 more. Now, I was very excited to hear what they might do, and we both had our suspicions about what they might do.
I was right.
I was wrong. They ended up doing the theme song that is very well known for the introduction to the original cartoon or anime. And after that, they did a lesser-known song from the end of Pokemon X and Y. I think that this was probably the wrong choice. I agree that both songs should have been played. However, I disagree with the order. Programming is one of the most important parts of putting together a performance like this. They did an excellent job of choosing to go chronological, and at the end I can see how they continued that theme. However, if you wanted to end with the audience singing out the door, or the audience remembering a great performance and a fun ending, they should have ended with the well-known Pokemon theme song. And I will say that the last 2 songs were a sing-along, and it was very evident that the first song they played was better known, because nobody sang along with the second song. But this is just a small gripe about what was actually an excellent concert. And something that is interesting about concerts like this is that the conductor who comes in only comes in for this concert. It was not the normal Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra conductor in front of them. At this level of professional musicianship, the performers are expected to have prepared their parts, and whenever they get together with the conductor, it is only a small matter of ironing out the kinks and learning how to play with the new conductor. Knowing this, the Pittsburgh Symphonic Orchestra did a wonderful job, and I would definitely recommend that they do it again if they have the opportunity. I will make one small comment about the instrumentation. One of the things that I noticed was some interesting sounds in the background. I believed it almost sounded like a dulcimer at sometimes, but my friend thought that it might be a soundscape. Without actually having a good enough view of the orchestra, I'm unsure which one was true, but I'm leaning towards soundscape as a more likely possibility, as dulcimer players are hard to find. Well, this is all the time I have, and I've probably cut out a lot more than what you've heard. So, once again, this is Musikev
And Artistical
signing out for the night.
If you enjoyed this conversation and would like to hear more about the Pokemon Symphonic Evolutions concert, be sure to say so in the comments. And Musikev and Artistical, me, will respond as best we can.
And if you like this kind of format of a conversation, please say so in the comments, and I'll do more like it in the future. Thank you for watching this episode of Musing About Music. Please like this video, share it, and subscribe.